What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. Here it is on the 9th of May, dropping down a little bit today, 3.4% to the downside, yeah. Not too bad. Yesterday you moved up 14%. We'll take it. A little bit of volatility, never hurt anybody. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, looking at the RSI, it does seem as though we are postured in a downward sloping position here. We likely do continue to go a little bit lower, but maybe not too much lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we got below this low. I would be surprised if we got too much below these highs here. So my expectation would be that 1.8 cents holds, maybe just below there, right? But something around that area. If we were to go below this line, maybe we go down to the closing resistance, something like that. Maybe 1.77 cents, maybe as low as 1.75 cents, but I really have a hard time seeing us go too much lower than this, right? I think that 1.8 cents or just under there will hold as support, and then we'll continue to move higher. I think that the 1 hour time frame right now is suggestive that we will see a rather immediate downturn right now. We're in it, 35 minutes left in this hour and over the hours to come. We could bounce here. It's very possible. We're at the 40 on the 1 hour time frame. It's very possible we could bounce here, but I don't think so. I think that we will go just a little bit lower. I mean, whether we bounce here, it's basically the same area, right? So who cares? But at the end of the day, we're very, very close to seeing higher prices. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that we are. We're gonna have one last little push. One last little put. We're doing it right now. Yeah, one last little push down, and we're at 1.81 cents. So by the time I'm done making this video, we'll probably find our low. But anyways, looking at the 1 hour, a little bit bearish for now. 4 hour RSI, a little bit bearish as well. Yeah, it's correcting a little bit. We still do have higher lows and everything. Very possible that we could pull down to the 50 area. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame again. Just looking at this here. I think last night wasn't it last night? What coin am I thinking of right now? It can't be XCN. Was it Bitcoin? Must have been Bitcoin. Okay, no, it must have been Bitcoin because I remember drawing that line time and time again. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin's about to pump, you guys. Bitcoin is about to pump. I think so. Yeah. What we got 34 minutes left in this hour. I bet this hour comes up and closes green, guys. If I'm right, then cool, we're about to pump. If not, then maybe I'm wrong and we're going a little bit lower, but I think it is about to pump. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there, but looking at the 1 hour time frame, I think we're there. We're basically there. 4 hour RSI, looking at this here, we've rejected the overbought zone a little bit. We still have 33 minutes left in this 4 hour candle, so we probably will close either at or below the 60, somewhere around here, and then likely continue building higher, right? This is just a higher low in a series of higher lows and higher highs that we've got going on here, right? We've got a nice little parallel channel going up. I think we're going to see readings over, maybe by the end of today, which I doubt it'll be by the end of today, but probably by the end of tomorrow. I think that we will see readings that are deeper in the overbought zone on the 4 hour RSI here. And if that's true, then likely what's going to transpire after this is a move that is larger than the move that brought us up here, right? We had a nice little 14% pop yesterday to the upside. I think tomorrow will be even more fantastic. We'll probably see some very bullish continuation out of this, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. That's the expectation. If I'm wrong and we go lower than like 1.8 cents or too much lower below 1.8 cents again, I think 1.7 cents would hold as support. I don't think that we'd go too dramatically lower than that, but I would be very surprised if we went too much lower than 1.8 cents. I really would be surprised. Looking at the daily RSI. Daily RSI is rejecting the 60, right? So that's the goal. We don't want to reject the 60. We got 8 hours left. We got 2 4 hour candles left, 4% to the downside. We need today to close green. If today does close red, well, then maybe we do go down to 1.7 cents. Hell, maybe we even go lower than this low. That's if today closes red, I'm not saying that going lower than this low is going to happen. I'm not saying that it's an inevitability. I'm just saying the likelihood that it happens goes up. It increases by its chances, right? So get rid of these chances. We want to diminish the chances that you go below this low. We want to up the chances that it is the low. And if that's the case, closing red today won't do that. So we want to close today green. We're only down 4%. I think we're literally about to bounce here over the next 30 minutes or less. I really do think that we're going to bounce. And I would expect that the next 8 hours to be a little bit of growth, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes, Maybe Bitcoin does find support here. Maybe we do start moving up over the next hour. I'm kind of curious. What's the 15-minute time frame look like? Hit me with the RSI. Kind of looks like it wants to go down, but you're holding support at the 40. It's neutral with the bearish tilt, but you've cooled way off. You got lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. There's good things and bad things. You moved down here with a lot of volume, but you didn't go anywhere, right? And you're just really getting a lot of volume right here. I don't know. I think Bitcoin's going to move up. So I do think that OnyxCoin will close today green. That's the call. We're going to close today green. We're not going to reject off the 60. If we do reject off the 60, it doesn't mean we're going below this low, but it certainly does bring back 1.43 cents into the equation. If we close today red, it's very possible that we could go down here, find a lower low in our series of lower lows and lower highs, get our bull flag fully formed, and then we can break out, you know, a week later from now, which I want to avoid that. I don't want to break out a week later from now. I want to break out today, damn it, you know, and if that's the case, we need today to close green, essentially. We're not breaking out if today closes green, but we'd be on our way. At least ideally we'd be on our way. Looking at the 3-day time frame here. Let's see. Bouncing off the 50. Bouncing off the 50. The 3-day time frame is bouncing off the 50. The daily time frame is bouncing off the 60. That's interesting to see. 8 hours, 30 minutes left in this 3-day time frame. I doubt that it closes red. I don't think OnyxCoin is going to drop 11%. So I think this is a more significant time frame, the 3-day over the daily. So I think this is actually very bullish, guys. The coming weeks, this definitely ups my hopes that even if today does close red, we're probably going to be fine. We're probably still going to be fine. And I mean, inevitably we're going to be fine. Even if we drop lower, and then a week later we pump, whatever. We're still going to these higher prices. It's just, does it happen here? Does it happen here? The only difference is time, right? That's the only difference there. Inevitably, OnyxCoin, you've got a lot higher prices in mind, don't you? If we're looking at this on an all-time history basis for OnyxCoin here, the weekly RSI is in a fantastic bullish formation upwards, right? We've got a very fantastic channel here. If we take this fib channel, it's just a channel. These aren't actually based off of fibs. But you see here, right, if I were to take away, let's just take away all these other lines. You see, you're in a nice parallel channel going to the upside. You're very, very nice parallel channel. We're at the bottom sections of this channel, like the lower quadrant right now. We're going to rip to the upside and get to the overbought zone in a matter of no time. And when we do that, it's going to be truly fantastic. The last time we were in the overbought zone, I mean, you guys remember what happened, right? It was fantastic. Even here, even the weeks leading up to the fantastic move, when we got into this overbought zone here from a low to a high, we still saw 200% growth in like 5 weeks time, you know what I mean? So let alone something like this. I don't think we're going to grow like this over the next 2 weeks, but I think we'll grow a little bit faster than this over the next 2 weeks, if that makes sense. The expectation here, you guys, is that by the end of this endeavor, by the end of June, if not maybe sometime in July, we will see targets as high as 26 cents or higher or beyond, right? 26, 32 cents, maybe even above that, it's possible, but I'm thinking more so that we see probably something that's around like 30 cents, just below, just above, right? And we're at 1.8 cents now, so we got a lot of growth in a very, very short amount of time to go. I know that might seem crazy to some people, but my thoughts here are that we've seen this bull flag, this massive bull flag, right? The bull flag here, if we're looking at it, technically the bull flag broke out bullishly before this low, right? Does that make sense? Let me just show you, right? We broke out here before this low came in, right? This we broke out bullishly, and the reason I know that I'm not cherry picking here is because if we broke out bearishly, if instead we broke this line to the downside, if we saw something like this and we saw prices down here, I would be truly worried. I would have been worried that the price would go down, right? But the fact that we broke out to the upside here, it's undeniable that the bull flag broke out. So this, in other words, this is part of the breakout. That's not actually, it's the setup of the breakout. This clearly was your breakout move, but it's not actually part of the bull flag. The bull flag ended, the low was here. So I'm setting us up for this premise because I believe that the measure move, the true measure move, the accurate measure move here from a low to high of this bull flag pattern should be taken from this low, not from these lows. Does that make sense? It messes with the targets otherwise, and that's at about a 21 cent target. If you take it from here, that target minimalizes it to about 15 cents, and that's fine. 16 cents, that's fine. Maybe we stop at 16 cents. It's very possible that we could stop there, but I doubt it. I really, really do doubt it. I say it's very possible. I should say it's actually not that possible. It's actually the least likely. Out of the 3 targets that I'm going to give you, it's probably the least likely to happen, right? 15 cents, 26 cents, 32 cents. I'm thinking somewhere in between these two. This one is genuinely the least likely target to happen. But even then, 1.8 cents now, up to 15, 16 cents. I don't think anybody's going to be upset with that, right? We would at least be pressing new all-time highs, if not achieving new all-time highs by the end of this next move. And that's what I think is ultimately coming our way. We're not even overbought yet. We get overbought and we can't get oversold. This thing's absurdly bullish. Time will validate that. Time will prove that. And at the moment, look at this, guys. We're already bouncing. Already bouncing, aren't we? Off of that relative low. We didn't even go below 1.8 cents. Couldn't even do it. You had your fake out a little bit right here. I mean, we'll see. It's too early to say if we're bouncing. We absolutely still could go lower, but I thought for some reason we were already below 1.8 cents, but I guess we didn't achieve that. I don't know. We really could bounce from here. If not, we'll be bouncing soon. So by the time most of you guys watch this video, it wouldn't surprise me if we were at higher prices. But anyways, that's the goal. Today we want to close today green. We're down 3.6%. We want to close it green. We got 8 hours to do it, so make it happen. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. If I'm wrong, and if we go lower, we're probably not going to go below 1.7 cents. So even if I'm wrong, it's not going to be a catastrophe, hopefully. All right, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.